Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to check out Red Tractor Tycoon. It's important to stress that what you're looking at here is a pre-early access build, meaning that it's not on Steam's early access program yet, but will be in a couple of weeks as of the date of this recording. As such, everything that you're about to see is most definitely subject to change. This is one of those casual, top-down farming games. There's a hex-based grid, you control a tractor, you start off with a few pieces of equipment, you have the ability to buy a few things, not a whole lot, and it's your job to grow, basically, and earn more money. You start off by being able to plant wheat, and from the 3 or 4 wheat plots that you plow, and then sow, and then harvest, you'll eventually make more wheat, and then you can use some of that wheat, sell that, and then use the rest of that wheat to plant that and continue the process. Eventually, you'll be able to get animals, multiple pieces of equipment that you can switch out. Some goes on the front of your tractor, some goes on the back of your tractor, etc., etc. Let's go ahead and pick up where I left off. And I did this off camera, so don't go looking for a different video because you're not going to find one. Okay, so here I am. Upper left-hand corner is your research points. If you head over to your little research lab and hit F, you can use your research points to unlock different things like carrots, or omelets, or bread. And by unlocking these things, usually that unlocks a different building for processing. For example, I unlocked the ability to create this, I believe it was flour over here on the top left. Once I unlocked that, I unlocked this flour factory. All I do is I throw grain in here, and given a certain amount of time, it'll plop that flour out. I can pick it up, and I can do one of two things with it. I can come down here to the yellow $ and sell it, and make money that way, or I can bring it over to the blue research area and get research points. So it's up to you on what approach you want to take. You can just continue planting, harvesting, and selling wheat to your heart's content without upgrading or researching anything, or you can try and go the research route with it. It's really up to you. Okay, so as far as an in-game's option menu is concerned, hit escape, brings up your settings menu. There's music and sound effects. It's worth noting that these sliders do not affect the main menu. So if you're turning the music off like I do, and you're still wondering, well, why am I hearing music on the main menu? Well, it seems like this settings area does not affect the main menu. They appear to be separate entities. Really not a big deal for those of you that don't worry about monetization, but eh. Resolution, quality, controls, F to use something, G to drop it or put it away. There's other buttons I'm not going to get into. Okay, so let's just pick up where I left off. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this harvester with F. All I have to do is run over these hexes, and wheat pops out. I had planted them earlier. I'll show you the whole plowing and sowing process here. Let's go ahead and put this down. Yes, you can equip multiple things. Some pieces of equipment go on the back, some go on the front. I try to control one at a time so I'm not getting confused. You start the game with a forklift. Okay, you also start with a plow and this harvester. That's it. I highly recommend with your starting money that you buy a small transporter. Otherwise, you'll be using your forklift to go around picking things up, selling them. It's very time consuming. So I would start with the transporter, which is like, it's like 700 or 600, something like that. And then once you still have to sow with the forklift. So you'll be sowing one at a time. I'll show you what that looks like. Let's go ahead and plow real quick. X to lower the plow. Again, very simple game. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit X to raise it, G to drop it. And if you did not have the sower machine, you'd have to pick up the forklift, run over something, pick it up, hit F, and plant it that way. And you're going to have to do that if you don't take the sower straight away. You don't have enough money for both this small transporter and the seeder. You have to choose one or the other. All right, X to lower it so I can start planting. This, the seeder here yeah, it'll automatically pick up this wheat that's on the ground. The blue hexes behind the machine is its inventory, or how much it can hold before it reaches its max. The 3 blue mean it's completely full, which you can't see right now. Let's go ahead and just drop it. But if you see 3 blue hexes, it's completely full. Let's go ahead and show you what the transport... There's 3 empty white hexes there. So we're going to start filling up those white hexes. There we go. Some of them are turning blue. And now we're full. I'll come over here. Much easier to sell 40 of them with this thing, as opposed to picking them up one at a time with your forklift. And yes, there is some skipping. Again, this is pre-early access, so there's not much I can do about that. One complaint that I do have is that there doesn't seem to be a way to pick up something once you've put it down, like a building or fence. Putting these fences down, not very user-friendly at all. So, it takes some practice, and if you, like, I put this thing down here by accident, and it did not connect to these existing fences. The fences are very picky in this game. Make sure that when you're putting fences down, you connect one at a time and go in a row and go around. Don't put one here, then one here, then one over here. The computer doesn't seem to like that very much in this current stage of development. So, yeah, just make sure that you're taking it easy on the game. Let's go ahead and pick up some more wheat. I need to feed those chickens. But once you create a pen like this, a little food storage area pops up. Hit F. You can drag that over here. They'll eat, and they'll produce eggs, which just seem to pop up around the field. They don't seem to reproduce as far as I can tell. All right, let's go ahead and sell these guys. There we go. That's not bad. 691. All right, let's see what else I can buy. So, again, you start off with being able to buy wheat, and then you buy a few of those, you plant them. You get 2 wheat after you harvest it, so 1 wheat turns into 2 wheat. So you're always netting. You can sell one and replant the other one, whatever. The flour factory, like I said, I unlocked that. Chickens, I could buy another chicken. Let's go ahead and show you what that looks like. I need my animal grabber. Otherwise, if you try and like ram them into the entry here, it does not work. They won't go in. You actually have to grab them and put them in here. Oh. Apparently, I have to put them right on the hex too. Otherwise, there we go. Drop that with G. As far as research is concerned, I guess we can look at that as well. Again, there's carrots, there's beets. If you scroll down, there's chamomile, there's plum, lots of different resources. So there's a lot going on here. It's just very grindy. But again, it's very casual. So if you've played games like Farm Together, this might be up your alley. Just because it's... there's no multiplayer, at least not yet. I don't know if multiplayer is planned or anything like that, but this is a single-player experience. Come in here, farm a little bit, do your thing. As you can see, there are some timers involved. Let's go ahead and unlock this carrot and see if I can plant that instead. Okay, and then if we come over here... Aha! Carrots take longer, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and take 4 of them. And I'm wondering if the seeder will work with these carrots. Actually, my seeder is full. Let's go ahead and plow some more land. Actually, you know what? Let's create a separate area for these carrots. This will be wheat. Yeah, it's small down here. We'll just, yeah, fine. That works for me. 4 carrots, 4 plots. And let's go ahead and move this out of here. Again, the game does chug a bit. I have the graphics on high, and I have a pretty good computer, so there should be no excuse for that other than the fact that, like I said, this is pre-early access, not fully optimized and all that jazz. Alright, and I think we'll clean up the rest of that. You're going to have grain left over at some point after a few runs. So let's grab this. We want to feed our chickens again, I think. Also, maybe put some in here. Yep. That sparkling that you hear and see, that is fields becoming ready for harvest. Alright, plenty for the chickens. Alright, let's see if we can grab these carrots with our seeder. I don't think it's going to work, honestly, but you never know. For video game purposes, it might work. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I don't know if there's a separate machine for that or not. We'll just use our forklift. Plant these. Yep, computer's really chugging now. Let's see if I can lower from high. Maybe let's try low and see if that helps at all. Everything became a little brighter. That's about it. I'll go ahead and drop that. Okay, so my grain, wheat, whatever, is ready over there to the right. Is there anything else we can unlock in the meantime? Omelet. Bread. I need a couple more 100 research points for that. Storage, in case you just want to store something, you can do that there. You start the game with that building. Alright, let's go ahead and pick up these eggs that the chickens are just sort of throwing all over the place. What are they... Is that what chickens do? Whenever they lay eggs, they lay the egg. Somehow they grow opposable thumbs, pick up the egg, and chuck it across the field. Is that what they do? Alright, let's go. Instead of selling it, let's research. Oh, look at that. 1,000 research. Alright. Let's unlock goat milk now. Omelets, eggs make sense. And I'm assuming I need something special for that. Omelet factory, 750. Yeah, eggs turn into omelets. Alright, so that should drop a building for me to place, which it did. Let's go ahead and put this thing down. Get my forklift. And I'll put that, I guess, over here. There we go. Let's try it. Let's grab those eggs that spawned over there. Throw them into the omelet factory. As one does. There we go. Omelets. 120 seconds before we start producing that. And there's some flour that's popping out. We'll just go ahead and sell that. I think you guys get the idea. Carrots are ready. We'll go ahead and... Huh. So... Alright, let's try that again. I didn't see how many carrots I picked up. I shouldn't have been... That's why I don't carry the transporter when I'm harvesting, because I might want to split the load. Like, some sell, some replant. Let's just resow, say, 2. Maybe 4. That works. We'll buy 4 more carrots. It's 240, 6 times 4. So we did make money from that transaction, but... Alright, forklift it. 60 seconds until they're ready. This time I'll leave the transporter at home so that I can see how many carrots come out of this. Because it doesn't make sense to plant one and then harvest one. That doesn't make sense. Oh, there's some more eggs. Omelets are still being made. 25 seconds. Alright, I guess in the meantime, let's harvest this wheat over here. Alright, this should be ready shortly. You know what, I'll plow this off camera. Okay, 2 carrots. That makes more sense. So what we can do, once this is done, we'll plow another 4 fields. Plant them. I will need a piece of equipment capable of planting carrots, otherwise I'm gonna have to do this by hand. I don't want to create a huge carrot field and have to do this by hand. Okay. Well, I'll let you guys go. If you guys want to see more of this game, let me know. If you guys haven't already, subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.